What's up YouTube? Jeff back again from DopeTechDaily.com. Today we're on the road, I'm traveling. A lot of you guys know, follow me over on Twitter. I'm in Pittsburgh getting married here in a few days. Then going to be on my honeymoon. Still going to be bringing you guys some unboxings. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys an unboxing of the Xiaomi Mi 6. It's a phone I'm really excited about. Been waiting for a long time for this phone. Huge shout out to my friends at GearBest. They sent the phone out to me. You guys can find a coupon code below if you want to pick up a Xiaomi Mi 6 yourself. I'll drop the link below as well as the coupon. I believe you can get it for $500 or just under, which is a good price for importing this to the US. So as you guys can see right there, I've got the 6GB, 64GB version of the Mi 6. Some of the specs here, it is on Chinese in the back, but you can just take a look. You've got the Snapdragon 835, 5.15-inch display, MIUI 8 is the software. It's also got the 6GB of RAM, 64 gigs of storage that we mentioned before. Let's go ahead and open this up. On the front here, we're going to be greeted with the phone itself. I've got the black variant. This guy also comes in a blue variant, which is very, very nice. Let's see what else we got inside the packaging. Looks like we've got a case in here. Pretty nice looking case too. Let's see what it looks like. Maybe it's just a cheap TPU case. I thought it was something more substantial. I think it's just a cheap, it's just a cheap TPU case that a lot of the Chinese companies include. You've got your SIM tool as usual. I don't really need that because I have them. A bunch of startup guide information that's in Chinese, so not that useful for me. We've got USB Type-C on this particular phone. Quick Charge 3.0 with the Snapdragon 835. You've also got right here a headphone adapter. Headphone 3.5mm to USB Type-C adapter. That's going to be very useful if you want to listen to wired headphones. USB-C cable itself, put that to the side. And then the aforementioned power brick with Quick Charge 3.0 enabled right there. Pretty standard stuff. It's nice of them to give you a case. It's also nice of them to give you the dongle for your headphones. Not every company does that, so it's always a nice thing. Here's the phone itself. Let's go ahead and take a look at it really quick. Just peel the plastic off. That's always a very fun part of the unboxing experience. Let's take off the plastic on the back as well. As you guys can see, we've got a very nice black color on the back here. It's very deep black. It's very similar to the iPhone 7 Plus. I'll show you guys a quick comparison of that here in a second. It's curved glass all around the edges. Is very nice. You've got a dual camera here on the back with an f1.8 and an f2.6 aperture on the back. 12 megapixels on the main shooter. You've got your power button, your volume rocker right there. You can see the antenna lines right there. It's very similar looking to the iPhone in the way that they try to hide the antenna lines a little bit. You got your fingerprint scanner here on the front. Over here on the side, you do have your SIM tray right here. On the bottom, you've got the speaker cutout right there, as well as the USB Type-C port. Again, no headphone jack on this particular phone, so if you want to listen to your wired headphones, you will have to plug that USB Type-C to 3.5mm adapter right in there. It does have stereo speakers in the sense that you've got the speakers down here, and then the top loudspeaker here acts as sort of like a tweeter, kind of like they did with the HTC 10, so we'll see how the quality looks like on that. Got an 8 megapixel shooter on the front right there. The camera does do 1080p video, so that's very nice. I'm going to go ahead and boot up the phone really quick. We'll take a quick look at the software after I put my SIM card in here. I'm going to talk a little bit about the US compatibility. I'll be testing some of that with T-Mobile and AT&T. I'll give you guys a quick size comparison to the other phones I'm carrying along with me, and then we'll go ahead and finish up the video. So I'll be right back. Alright YouTube, we're back in. I want to go ahead and show you guys the fingerprint scanner setup, and we'll do a little software tour. I'll talk a little bit about the mobile networks. I put my AT&T SIM in here, so we'll see how that goes. So let's go ahead and set up the fingerprint scanner. Let's see how quick it is. So it seems pretty quick here out of the gate. Just get different areas. Move your fingerprint slightly. Seems pretty nice, very quick, fast front fingerprint scanner. Seems pretty similar to the Huawei P10 Plus, which I also reviewed. Now, one thing to note about this particular device is that the fingerprint scanner does function as a home button, so you can press that to go home, which is definitely a good look. You've got MIUI 8 on here, Xiaomi's newest operating system. You'll notice you don't have any App Drawer by default on this particular device. That's sort of been the way that Xiaomi has went for a while. You do have, as I mentioned before, Android 7.1.1 running on this out of the box, which is very nice. Let's go ahead and check the storage really quick and see how much available storage we have out of the box. You've got 54.37 gigabytes available out of the box. That's pretty good, so less than 10 gigabytes taken up by the operating system. There's certainly much heavier operating systems for Android OEMs out there, so it's not that bad at all. Again, I'm not the hugest fan of the apps all being on the home screen, but Xiaomi has made efforts to tone down MIUI over time, so I'm definitely going to give it a chance in my review period and take a look. As I mentioned before, I did insert my AT&T SIM and also added the Wi-Fi. AT&T is probably going to be your best bet. This does have band 5, so depending on where you live, you may be able to get some LTE. I'm going to test it out here in Pittsburgh. Also, when I get back to Phoenix, I'll also be traveling to Las Vegas for my honeymoon, so we'll see what happens and test it out on T-Mobile as well, but your best chance to get LTE is going to be AT&T. So the camera really quick, I don't really have anything super interesting to take a photo of, but I'll take a quick couple shots here so we can take a look and see how fast the shutter speed is. Seems very fast overall. The shutter speed seems very nice. You've got that dual camera on here, as I mentioned before. Should be some pretty nice detail here under the studio lights. Overall, you've got very nice options when it comes to the camera as well. Xiaomi has improved their cameras a lot over time. Especially, you got to keep in mind this device retails for about $350 in China. The equivalent is going to cost you a little more if you want to import it to the US. So obviously, let me know what you guys want to know about the software, about the camera. I'll be testing all of that stuff out in detail. You guys saw the fingerprint scanner there. The lack of a headphone jack is kind of a big deal to me. I'm not a huge fan of that, but they do include the dongle. Let's go ahead and take a look at some size comparisons. I've got the Galaxy S8 here. This is the Exynos Galaxy S8 in coral blue, which I just got in. I'm going to do a quick first look at this device as well. Just do a quick size comparison. These phones are essentially the same height. The Exynos Galaxy S8 might be a little bit taller. The Mi 6 is actually a bit wider with the traditional 16:9 aspect ratio than the Galaxy S8. I don't have every single one of my phones here because I'm traveling, but trying to show you guys the important comparisons. Here's the iPhone 7 Plus. It's going to be huge compared to the Xiaomi Mi 6, as you guys can see right there. The iPhone 7 Plus, one of the tallest 5.5-inch traditional 16:9 devices out there. But you can get a look here. I've got fingerprints all over my iPhone. But you guys can get a look at how reflective and how similar those jet black finishes really are on these two phones. They're very, very similar indeed. And you can see there with the way the light reflects them in a very similar way. And then the very last comparison here, I've got my Pixel. This is in a peel case, but it's a very form-fitting case. You can still get a good idea of the size comparison. The Pixel is still much larger than the Xiaomi Mi 6 in terms of height and also in terms of width. It does have a larger screen, of course, so that's expected. In terms of thickness, the Pixel also a little bit thicker, but again, it does have the case on there as well. All right, so that's my first look, quick unboxing of the new Xiaomi Mi 6. Going to be testing it out for use here in the US. Let me know what you guys want to know below. You can find me at dopetechdaily.com, Google+, Instagram, and Twitter at the links in the description. Please like and subscribe if you guys enjoy my content so I can make future videos like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.